Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and to Art. Congratulations on number 10. All right, another accomplished from you. Art spoke in his advanced company communicator manual, crisis management, which his objective was to assume that he was a spokesperson for a company or an organization, create an incident, some sort of crisis, whether it be taken from the news, actual event, or fictitious, and stage a press conference, which I think he executed very well. First off, I noticed right away he was dressed for the part. That's being me. And he was very convincing in his presence before he even began to speak. So very, very good on that. He gave us a hearty welcome right off the bat, welcomed us here, made us feel a little comfortable, expressed what we're here about, what the company is, what the crisis was. And before he jumped into it, he gave condolences to those who have been affected by the crisis that's going on within the company. So I thought that was also good. Right off the bat, before you start jumping into the explanation of who did what, just come right out and apologize for any problems that the situation may have caused. Some of our politicians and company CEOs don't always do that. They jump into covering themselves first. But he also said after he apologized, I want to explain a bit the company and that things may have gotten a little misconstrued or misunderstanding via the press or in any other documentation of how things all got haywire. And from there, he started off explaining. And he went into a thorough explanation of the beginning of the crisis and how it evolved into the situation that had occurred. And that's great to kind of give a summation of the problem. But then after you give that summary, I like to break it down in layman's terms for me. In other words, here's what happened. We did this, it was taken this way, therefore this was the cause of what our actions or what people perceived as our fault. And then start trying to clear up the situation. Because the points were a mouthful, they were a lot. So if you just summarize all of the points that started it, it makes it a little more clear as to what angle you're coming from. In with what you're also going to do to help the public. I kind of missed that. I don't know if you threw that in there, but I did miss, okay, here's the situation, here's the problem, here's where everything, the misunderstanding occurred, but people still want to know how you're going to help us. How are you going to get us out of this situation, or what can you do to promise that this won't happen again? And in the end, you broke it down with, look, people, there are winners and there are losers in anything in life. But at the same time, you still want to say, but we are going to try to do A, B, and C. I thought you handled the Q&A very well. You kept a steady hand, and you didn't let the questions frazzle you. Great job, Mr. Toastmaster.